What is happening, everybody? What is good in the hood? This is your man's the one, and this is the state of basketball, and that is the man in the middle, Big Storm. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on, man? I want to wish everybody happy belated Memorial Day. Unfortunately for me, not the best of memories, so I'm still working through that. But now it's over. I'm personally all right, but I wish everyone else had a great holiday. I know you did your traditional.
Keep talking. The
Um,
cat just walked out. I can shut the door now.
your traditional Memorial Day barbecue, and I'm sure you'll tell us about it here shortly. What was on the menu, how everyone got down. So yeah, let us know how it went. How did it go for your annual barbecue? What was on the menu? What went down?
Well, the annual barbecue was absolutely fabulous, as it always is. The wife and I always think we have a plan laid out, and we do. If we stick to the plan, it always works out. But no, my neurotic ass always has to get all jumpy. But this one, I will say, I wasn't all kind of crazy towards tea time on this one, like I normally am. So, but I think we had a pretty good plan laid out over a 3-day period. So it worked out. The menu, we had a smoked 15-pound brisket. I think I have 4 baby back ribs I put on, smoked as well. Smoked a couple salmon planks to do the salmon balls. I think I did some chicken legs. All the meat was smoked, except for the hot dogs and the bratwurst that I did on the flat top fair style. You know what I'm saying? So they had those good char marks on them. Fabulous. So, and then I think the sides I did, old classic baked beans, but I did them on the smoker when I took all the meat off. So I did them on the smoker. Then I did a crab mac and cheese that I also did on the smoker. So a lot of good smoke flavor from wood that we get in my backyard. So it was pretty great. I would have been out there today's show, but it was too damn hot, bro.
Man, it's ridiculous hot, like ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd take my ass in the house with air conditioned office. So yeah, that's how it is, man. We had a good turnout. You know what I mean? Had some new people come through that has never experienced a Memorial Day get together. But we had good fun. We had some cornhole. Had some people throwing on Michigan boards that aren't fans. So if you go play cornhole, you gotta throw these Michigan boards. But my brother-in-law talked about them so bad. I think he's gonna make me a pair, make me a set, but then I have it from Michigan. So, but he's like, "This is trash."
Well, that's the
So
thing. Haters gonna hate, right?
no, I think he was more. I think if it was IU, I think he was still gonna say it was a trash board because I mean it was a novelty board. I mean we play on it, but it's something that you really just hang on the wall, make it look good. Like, oh, look what I got.
So it's not professional.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, it's got a professional hole.
We're gonna leave it alone right there. We're gonna leave it alone right there.
But yeah, man, it was a rough weekend, as in that we only had one game to watch, but it was an exciting game, and it was a game 7, and it leads us right into what we love to talk about: NBA Finals. This is where you say you guys make your contracts. This is where you make the money at the finals. So a lot of today's conversation is going to be about these finals, but we have a couple
Definitely,
things we need to
definitely,
get to.
definitely. I'm definitely excited. That's definitely not only that's where you make your money, but that's also where you get your legacy, and that's what it's all about. If you're really trying to be that type of player, then you definitely want to make your name known or want to make that signature moment or moments in the finals.
Correct. All right, so let's get into it because the network is packed with shows back to back to back this evening. So don't want to dilly dally. We're gonna get right into it. I think following us is Super Kicking It with Steven. A couple pay per views and wrestling coming up. So I know he's got a really hot show, him and Greg. So we're going to segue into them. Ooh, Ric Flair's daughter, Charlotte Flair. She got married over the weekend, and Rick had on an all pink suit, nigga.
I believe that. I believe that. As soon as
Woo!
they both kiss, woo! You know, at some point in the evening, there was some woos.
There was some wooing going on.
Hey, how about I heard that he was coming out of retirement again to wrestle one more time?
I'll ask Steven about it. I mean, as much as I love Ric Flair, as much as he is my favorite of all time, I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can continue to watch you flubber all around in the ring, man. I like the stuff on the outside, which you commentate with this black guy who really has his voice. I don't know if you heard the dude in AEW that imitates Rick. It's a black guy. If you ain't looking at him, I guarantee you he sounds just like Rick. It's ridiculous. I mean, he does the shoulder, the elbow drop on the coat jacket and everything. It's great. But I don't know. We'll check that out. I don't have anything for high school. Not really their season, so we'll jump in. So not really popping in NCAA right now. I guess you could just say everybody that kind of segues to the NBA because everybody's getting ready for the draft. You know, teams is finishing up what is it? 28 other teams that aren't playing. And looking at the young guys and bringing in guys into camp and stuff like that. So not really much going on with them. So I guess we'll jump into the WNBA, get their news out the way. Some local news, the Indiana Fever. They fired the previous coach and they hired on the interim status a somewhat a local name here in Indianapolis. Carlos Knox is their interim head coach. If you have known the name, he played high school basketball here in Indiana, and he also played for IUPUI, which is Indiana Purdue University in Indianapolis. So they got two names that people most know: George Hill, who is currently with the Milwaukee Bucks. I know he'd be one contract all over the place, but he is currently with the Milwaukee Bucks. And Carlos, and his jersey is actually in the Raptors at the Coliseum for his contributions at IUPUI.
Good deal, yeah. I'm definitely excited. He's definitely a player we definitely played against throughout the years, playing here locally in the city. We definitely put in our time, and we can say we played with some of the best in our era. We were out there, and a lot of times we were still giving it to them. But yeah, definitely congratulations to him. Well earned. Definitely has a basketball mind. So it's just about getting everyone to buy in. He definitely already got his first win. So, good luck to him, and we definitely support him.
First game, first win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's hot right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a good start. It can only go down from there, buddy. No,
you never know. You never know.
You never know. I think he's a
youngsters.
He's a good dude. You know what I mean? I don't know him personally. I know him through the hoop scene. You know what I mean? I played against him, quite a few years in the rec league and a lot of the money tournaments and things like that when I played with Big D and Heads to Bed. Carlos, I mean, he's one of those guys that when they talk about jump shots around the city that we forget about. I mean, the dude's got a nice clip, and he can shoot that thing from pretty far away. Now, I knew he was into the coaching thing. I knew he worked for one of the organizations or the Pacers or the Fever, but I didn't know he was on that level of where he was going to be, head coaching of a professional basketball team. So that's pretty cool, man. So we played against Butler's old head coach, and we played against the Fever's interim head coach. Well, he's got an uphill battle. I like to see him do well. I like to see him get the interim tag off as the head coach. So who knows? Let's see where we go.
Definitely be watching. And they do play tonight, 7 p.m., ESPN 3.
Yes, they do. So I'm gonna have to. I get 3. I don't know.
No. Yeah, that's today.
Yeah, because sometimes they be throwing this shit on Facebook and you can't find it. It's like, oh, the game's on Facebook. Where? I don't know. But I got a little device that allows me to watch games that they say are televised that aren't. So it's a good night
So,
too because there's nothing on but hockey.
right. Have fun with that.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching the final. I mean the hockey playoffs, bro.
Good. I give it to you, but it's just
Hey man, I saw a dude get checked at the wall the other day. I was like, "Ooh, that looks like '80s NFL." Other thing for the WNBA. If you are a basketball person, you know this name, Simone Augustus, a talented, 3-4 player in the NBA or the WNBA from the Minnesota Lynx. Four-time WNBA champion, 2011 Finals MVP, eight-time All-Star, and she was a member of the 25th anniversary team for the WNBA. She can flat out hoop. She can flat out score the ball, and she was a fabulous player. As she's retired from basketball, Minnesota has put her number up in the rafters. I forgot what their arena is called. They play where the
Target
Timberwolves.
Center or something
That
like
might be it, something like that. But yeah, they got a number up there, man. Another name that's synonymous with women's basketball.
Yeah. So it's about time. So the fact that they're doing it is awesome. We just need to keep it up, keep it moving. What they need is everyone's support, right? We need to support the women. So make sure that we're doing that any way that we can.
Hello, Daniel. Hey, a little plug for the Dukes of football. Dan and I return tomorrow night at 8 o'clock sharp. I think I tagged it at 8:05 sharp. The Dukes of football return for a preview show to get you guys warmed up for the upcoming football season for NCAA and NFL. So it ought to be fun. So check it out tomorrow night. All right, now back to what is at hand. I forgot what things I'm even doing. What am I doing? I'm just hitting buttons. All I'm doing is hitting buttons.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
He tells me to hit the buttons, and I continue to hit the wrong buttons. All right, so now let's jump into it, man. Okay, here it is. We got one thing to talk about before we get into the NBA Finals. Maybe Jimmy Butler. Darwin,
definitely Jimmy Buckets.
yeah. Jimmy Buckets, boy. I got a question for you. Right here in a second. But Darwin Helm, I know we talked about it last week or last show about his potential or about him being the front runner since Jawan said, nah, I'm good. I'm going to stay in Michigan. Has now been named the head coach of the Lakers. I like Darwin. He's paid his dues. It sucks that he's coming into what I feel is a lose-lose situation. But you can't turn down your shots. You know what I'm saying? I think I saw a chart, man. There's at this point, I think the league is split between teams of African American coaches to non-African American coaches in the NBA. So diversity is being shown in a market that is 95% African American.
Yeah, well, the NBA has always been a leader when it comes to diversity and giving everyone a chance, and it just further shows that. I feel like the players that play in the NBA love the NBA. Obviously, it's not perfect, but I don't see them trashing it or trashing anything about the league. I feel like the league goes above and beyond for equality and acceptance of whatever, whoever you are. So I just nothing but par to the course.
And I have to commend the NBA for one out of the three major sports. They figured out how to market their word I'm looking for their audience.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Market their audience. You know what I'm saying? The NFL doesn't. They tried to say that they're inclusive and diverse, but you see by the things that happen with particular players and things that don't happen with particular players, and how certain people are hired and not hired. We know for sure that they're not. We know we don't really pay attention too much to baseball, but I would have to ask, people of more of the Hispanic culture because that's who really, runs baseball. You know what I mean? So do they market to their culture? You know what I mean? But the NBA, Davis started with David Stern, now and with Silva. Um, he has all the people in the right places to go after and market to who's playing and who's watching their game. I
Definitely.
mean, it's simple. It's
And they
simple.
definitely found that balance between your demographics at the games and then your demographics that are at home watching on TV or at the bar or at a friend's house with they found that balance.
100% agreed. I guarantee you, the white culture wouldn't know a whole lot about African American culture if it wasn't for some of these home games. I mean, have you been to some of these home games, bro? So yeah, but it's cool to see him get that opportunity. There's been so many scenarios floating around where rumors are trading and different pieces and stuff. And man, I'm not commenting on nothing until I see something when the season starts. Because at this point, it's all trash in LA.
Yeah, for him, how I feel about it, it is a tough situation. You coming in guarding or coaching one of the greatest players that ever played the game on his downslope. And I don't know if it's kind of a downslope. Like the injuries is happening more frequently with him. The numbers are good though. Like he can still do it, but I feel like it's not as easy as it once was to do
Right. Ain't bouncing back from them injuries as fast. You know what I mean? A quad bruise, 4 or 5 years ago, you out maybe a game. You know what I'm
Maybe a
saying?
game.
Now
Maybe.
you're 3-4 weeks.
Yeah. But we feel it at our age. And we
Yeah. And I don't even hoop.
I haven't hooped in a minute.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. What does Dan say? I bet it would be better ratio than open wheel racing. Hey, bro, I 100% guarantee you. But check this out. As the wife, we were watching the show lead up, the race pre-show on Channel 13, right? We're watching the pre-show of the race. Out of all them hundreds of thousands of people out at that damn race, guess who they find to talk about this damn race?
The one.
The one black guy in the suite.
Hey, they're making the effort. They're making the
I'm
effort. I
like,
give them that.
hey, y'all still owe Angela Moorhead money no matter how many black people y'all put on the TV. Yeah, I went there.
Give a shout out to Willie T. Ribs.
All right, so where are we at? NBA, Darwin Ham, Jimmy Buckets, bro. Here's my question. Good shot, bad shot.
I feel like it was a good shot for me. I feel like it was. I mean, prior to knowing if it's going to hit or not, he was open. He was in rhythm. He's been the only one offensively positive on that team. He's definitely the leader, and I don't have a problem. He just missed. Yeah, you want to drive, but I get that point of view. But I'm not going to knock his decision making because without him, they're not even in that position.
Correct. See, I'm not going to say the shot was wrong. I'm not going to say the shot was right because there were so many aspects of me coaching. So many aspects of me as a player. So many aspects of me always wanting to take that winning shot. And then I'm like, looking like, man. But hindsight's 2020. I'm like, you got Al Horford backpedaling and how touchy they are with the whistles right now. Hey, bro, you make that layup and you and one. Al Horford. You know what I mean? But man, you've played 48 minutes, 45 minutes, and at that particular time, 47 minutes and 38 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Hey, is where to lose right here on this shot. He got a clear path. The defender is backing up. You got to step into it. You got a good look. You had good lift. You had good extension on your release. Your follow through was there. You laid it in the spot you took off from. Everything was perfect except it didn't go in. I ain't got no problem with the shot. You know what I mean? Shit. Great look. You just missed it.
Definitely. That's how I feel. Like without him, like he is definitely, is he top 10 for you right now playing in the NBA?
Currently in the NBA playing? Oh, hell yeah, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, no, like 10. Playing, in active players in the league.
Oh, yeah, he's top 10 in the active players. No,
because
hands down.
To me,
matter of fact, I don't even think it was a question. I don't think it was a question.
His intangibles is what's off the hook for him. It's not going to be the stat book all the time. It's the intangibles that he just far and beyond blows away.
Yeah, you get, and then I love it for the fact that he's a JUCO player, bro. You a JUCO player going to your second finals. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Tyler JC. Well, I mean, I can't knock somebody from that. I mean, I understand the hustle. So that lets you know that he's got grit, he's got grime, he's got determination, he's got no lose attitude, and heart. You know what I mean? Like they knocked him in Chicago, they knocked him in Minnesota, they knocked him in Philly, and they finally figured out that it wasn't him that was being knocked, it was everybody else who couldn't live up to his standards. I work hard. I grinded. How can you have everything given to you at the toppest level? You know what I'm saying? I went JUCO and, Weber State or some shit. You know what I mean? Where'd he go? He went where Dwayne Wade went somewhere. Yes, Marquette.
Marquette, yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You go to Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? You go to LSU, you go here, and you guys got no drive, no fight. I can't work with you. You go down to Miami, where you got a coach who's been down talked. I've talked about him like, oh, there's Pat Riley's puppet. I can't talk about him being Pat Riley's puppet because he's took, 3-4 teams to the finals now?
Yeah.
Hey, Ernst Spoelstra gets all my credit, bro.
Yeah.
Good job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So Jimmy Butler's a hard worker. He's a grinder, and I like that. And he's found those type of guys in Miami. You look at their team.
He found a culture that fit it.
Yeah. And who let me down, who I thought fit that culture real well, was Bam. Bam let me down. I don't know if he has some injuries.
I mean, Bam's still young, right?
Yeah.
Was his third year?
Yeah.
Third year, something like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much room. Like, he doesn't got a lot of rope because there's boys, they're fourth, fifth year. How long did it take Giannis?
But Giannis,
he's fine. So it took him about 5, right? It took him about 5 years.
It took him about 3 to 4 years for everybody to be like, hey, we need to start paying attention to this guy up here in Milwaukee with this superb physique. And then it was about that 4th, 5th year. We talk about Giannis being, one of the 5 best players in the league. You know what I'm saying? So
he can learn from that. There's been a lot of players. You think of the late great Kobe, that them playoff series where he just kept putting up shots. It wasn't hitting, but eventually got it. So he has a little leeway, but between
I don't think it was about the shots with Bam for me. It wasn't. Yeah, he could have took more shots.
No, well, it just not felt about like shots. It's about that drive.
Yeah,
to drive to get better. I said that because that's what I thought about with Kobe was that he was still trying he was trying to get there, and he evolved each of those years. It didn't come to him that rookie year. It didn't come to him that first time in the playoffs. So that second time, it came when Shaq came, and then it was on and popping. So I feel like he definitely has the team. He just has to exert himself, and he does have a little time but not forever because that window.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, 3-4 years.
You can't play like you did in the regular season. Like you said, I took it as a thing that you always say. Your legacy is made in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You can't give me all that greatness in the regular season, and then the playoffs, I'm like, damn, man, can Jimmy get some help? Hey, and if you pay a man $100-some-odd million to shoot the ball,
you better shoot.
Then put Duncan Robinson in the game to shoot the damn ball, bro. That's my only questionable coaching move. You paid him to shoot floor spacing. You know what I'm saying? We know he can't play defense. You knew he could play defense when he played.
Yeah, that didn't change.
You know what I'm saying? He was there to shoot
put
the
him
ball.
in the zone. Put him in the zone.
Let's put him in the corner. Shoot. That's all
How
I'm
you
saying.
feel
Go
about
blue.
Depot?
I don't.
Nothing on Depot. Doesn't even get an opinion.
I don't. Hey, it's great to see him back on the floor. There you go. With a smile.
I'm just glad the Pacers ain't paying him.
Yes. All right. Last thing before we get into these finals. This weekend this past week we had the winning of the Western Conference, Golden State, and we had the winner of the Eastern Conference, the Boston Celtics. The NBA created 2 new awards this year, one for each conference, being the MVP of the conference. The Western Conference was given the title was given the Magic Johnson Western Conference MVP award, Western Conference Championship MVP, and the Eastern Conference was given to Larry Bird. I didn't even see who won the Eastern Conference, bro.
Tatum.
I was asleep. I was like this. Oh my God, this game is great. I guess it's over. I'm asleep. She had Tatum.
No post game.
Okay. None, bro. So we had Jason Tatum in the East win the Larry Bird, and Steph Curry in the West win the Magic Johnson. Side note, do you think that is making him the MVP? Because I thought it should have been Draymond, but giving it to Steph, do you think that's making up for the fact that they didn't give him MVP of the finals not one of those 3 years when he should at least won one, maybe possibly 2 MVP finals?
The first, I feel like the one he should have won is the one Iguodala won.
That was a guarantee.
But that was the one he should have won. Other than that, I'm not gonna lie, KD was balling. But it was the fact that KD was on that team that gave him the opportunities to be the player that he was.
Hence Draymond Green comments on this podcast.
Draymond Green versus my skirt guy, Westbrook. You can see the difference between Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Westbrook, which is not a horrible player, average triple doubles, give him all that. But those are individual things that I feel like he is good at, or he once was
those
good
are fantasy numbers. Great. Fantasy team. To get you a fantasy title, buddy, but not an NBA one.
I definitely feel like, and I don't know why Steph gets undercut. Like, he definitely changed the game. There's not a lot of players out there that actually changed the game, the way the game is played. Like, there's very few. There's probably, 10, maybe 10?
Maybe 10.
That actually changed the game.
The change game. Wilt, Kareem, Jordan, Magic. I bet you can put Magic and Larry together, because together they changed the game. Because what they actually can put all 3 of them together. Larry, Magic, and David Stern. All 3 collectively, they changed the game. So you could put them as a like a Minotaur or some shit.
Well, we can't forget about Isaiah, though, because he beat both of them.
But did he change the game?
Yeah, I mean, that bad boy style, he definitely excelled at it.
I mean, they had a period where it was, you know what I'm saying?
What did the Celtics do to change the game?
No, I
because
didn't
they
say the
played the
Celtics.
same kind of ball that
I didn't say the
Pistons.
Celtics. I didn't say
No,
the
when you
Celtics.
said Larry Bird,
I said Larry Magic them because of their
the
budding
rivalry
their
between them.
rivalry and David Stern's use of it from going from a recorded finals to live
Live.
finals. You know what I mean? That brought in the usher of Magic, of Jordan being able to globalize the game. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. I just feel like Isaiah and them get a bad rap because really they did beat both of them. So that
Yeah.
team was a good team, and I feel like you want to. What's my guy? Just retired coach. Oh my gosh, 40 for the Pistons. Lambeer. How about the fact that he was one of the first fours that was shooting trays?
Yeah.
That wasn't a start of a. I mean, people short that team, and I don't know why. They had Hall of Famers. They got top 75s on that team.
I mean, like shit. Everybody on that team's a Hall of Famer. Oh, that's a starting five, isn't it?
So why don't they get club like you don't feel like they helped the NBA in some way? They helped in that around that same era, before Jordan took it off.
I think they helped as in, bringing in visual effects, you know what I mean, to the game. You know what I mean? Because they were the last team to still have that 70s, 80s type aggression, but still have that flair of Isaiah Thomas, coming into the 90s. So I think they did have a point, but it was more of a enemy type deal than
They
a
were able to
beloved type deal.
play the enemy to whoever, which helped the game as well. I just feel like they get shortchanged a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. I mean, I ain't got nothing against them. Like shit, it matters to me.
When's the last time you talked about the bad boys?
But when is the last time I didn't?
Just how great that team was. Like I said, to beat the
I might have talked just about
beat the Bulls
Robin.
and beat the Lakers.
Yeah, I might have just talked about Robin. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I wasn't that big a fan. I wasn't a fan of Isaiah. Not to say I didn't like his game or respect his game. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan of him in IU either. So, yeah. But anyway, that we just beat all off the path. What are we talking? We talking about
happen.
Yeah. So yeah, those two guys got the first ever conference
I
MVP
definitely
awards.
good with Steph. That's what led into it. Talking about Steph getting shortchanged as well when he revolutionized the game. So I don't know why boys hate the babyface killer like that.
Yeah, babyface killer. Hey man, listen, I would talk bad about myself because I just found out that this nigga's name is Wardell.
Yeah.
And my dumbass blonde moment, I'm chilling, right? I'm like, damn, Wardell Jr. Okay. He must be named after his granddaddy because his dad's name is So I felt blonde for a moment there. So there you have it. What are we doing? Oh, we got to do a commercial. Then it's the finals. Then we're talking about the finals.
Good deal.
I got it. Yeah. So get your elite performance on, damn it. I can't get over the fact that Dan made the commercial and put his calves as the last calves that you see going out the commercial.
Hey man, the man's proud of his calves. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's got them Phil Mickelson calves. I'm gonna pay for that one. All right, man. NBA Finals. Golden State Warriors. Their sixth time of the trio. Steph, Clay, the K, and Draymond in the finals. Their sixth appearance going against the Boston Celtics, trying to win their 18th as a franchise.
Um, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry. Like I'm a definitely when it comes to the franchise, I'm Pacers all the way. They just make moves that make you want to pull your hair out. That's partially why I'm bald. Um, but God bless him. I still just because I rock with some of the players they had. But anyway, that being said, I'm going with Golden State. Definitely well documented. I like the players. I like the style that they play. It's just winning basketball. You move, cut, pass. You have no like. It's poetry. It's poetry in motion. It's something beautiful. It's team. Um, it's just a beautiful thing to watch. So when you have that kind of offense with the type of players that they have to execute it, and they've been there before, so I definitely feel like they have a leg up on the Celtics, who for most of them, if not all of them,
They have zero championship experience.
it's a big deal, and they can think that they know, and sometimes ignorant is bliss. But I feel like Golden State also has home court advantage. Things are stacked up. I'm not going to say Steph's going to get MVP because I'm telling you, and I've been saying this as well. As much as I like the guy, if it's a last second type situation, it's not. His record speaks for itself. But he can spark a run. He can continue a run, which are good things to have as well. But that last second shot, I feel like that's kind of why he's getting looked over a lot for those Finals MVP.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Uh, uh we'll pick, some numbers later on here in a minute, but I think this is going to be actually. I'm thinking this is going to be a really good series. You know what I mean? I think Boston and Golden State are going to go at it. You know what I mean? One, Tatum is one of those guys who has had an opportunity, a rare opportunity, as two other players that have shown that they've had those moments, but just haven't yet ready to take a hold of them from that Kobe lineage. That select group of guys that had his number that could hey, let's get it together. Him, Kyrie, and Devin Booker. You see those three guys and you see what they do. You know what I mean? Jason Tatum has always been right there, but this year you see him take that next level. You know what I mean? But is that next level enough to drive a team, through surmountable odds? Because they got some high odds. Golden State is coming in, like I said, it's their sixth trip to the finals. They got three guys that's been together for damn near 10 years with the coach. You know what I'm saying? The coach has won titles as a player and the coach. Everything is perfectly written for them. You know what I mean? Granted, I think again, Golden State is favorable in their bracketing. How the shit just falls out. No disrespect to them. It's just matchups that you thought you might see, you never really got to see with any of those teams with Golden State. Not to say that they wouldn't have won or not. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's not their fault.
It's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? But this team they got veterans, they got young guys. You know what I mean? They got young guys who's making plays. Like Jordan Poole, go blue, is all in it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got a part of the Splash Brothers in the Poole nickname. Like he is a part of the group. You know what I'm saying? And you got Wiggins. Wow. Oh, yes, Wiggins. I'm gonna give the man this credit because he came
Oh,
into
is
the
it time?
season.
I know you were
He gave
skeptical on
I give it
Wiggins.
this credit for the season. He came at the beginning. He was doing his work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's talking about it. I'm looking at him differently, but I'm holding my reserve. So my reserve came back on my side a little bit when he came right around All-Star game. You know what I
After
mean?
the All-Star game.
Yeah, we start to see the Minnesota Wiggins, and I'm like, okay, here we go. But playoffs, the guy stepped up on defense. He's locking down key guys. He's making key shots. He's making key plays.
He's
He's
got the
doing what
dunk of the playoffs.
he's
The
got the
dunk
dunk.
of the playoffs.
Hey, man, John Morant was good too. They both, both of them ducks was absolutely fabulous. You know what I'm saying? So Wiggins is the key right now. And if you think about it, for him being able to pick up the slack on the defense side, the Clay hasn't gotten back. You know what I'm saying? Rebounds is key, but Clay hadn't been able to do the defensive things that he has been done in the past, and Wiggins is taking over that. But then you look at it, they get a defensive stopper back in Gary Payton. He's back for the finals. You got Otto Porter Jr. is back for the finals. You know what I'm saying? So
you even got old Andre Iguodala back.
Yeah, back for all active for the finals. So you got all these defensive guys on a team that was performing admirably on the defensive end with a shortcomings of Steph Curry on defense. It's gonna be tough for Boston, but it's
Steph
Jason
got better
dude.
though. You got to say Steph's gotten way better than he used to be.
Hey, listen, when the guy says, "Hey, Steph," when people looking at you as a two-way player, and he continues talking, Steph just stops the interview like, "What? Me? I'm considered a two-way player? Yeah, bro."
All I said is he plays better than he has. That's all. He's gotten better. That's all.
He's
I
gotten
didn't say
better.
he was first team, second team. I'm saying he's better than he was.
I don't like the fact that he was third team. Wasn't he third team? We'll talk about that next week. Next show, we talk about all those first team, second teams. That's a whole show in itself. But it's gonna be tough. But Boston's good, man.
Boston's good defense. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's gonna be more of the pressure of the moment because I feel like as good as Tatum has played this year, he's had those games. He's already showed he's got moments where he's not. And luckily, Jaylen Brown was able to support him in some of those. But I feel like Draymond, I feel like a lot, man. I feel like Al Horford's not going to be as big as a contributor as he was.
I'm just happy he finally got it to the finals, bro.
Yeah,
I ain't got nothing against old Al, man.
He's definitely played long enough.
But, Al was an old school big man.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you, Giannis, for giving us a little bit more Al.
I feel like Looney against him. I feel like Tatum with Wiggins, Clay with Brown, Smart. I feel like Smart's going to give it to Clay a little bit, but don't think Clay going to give it back to him, man. I feel like it depends a lot on the refs, how much they let him, how aggressive they let him, play on defense. Because, Smart is definitely an aggressive defender.
Defensive player of the year.
But the fact that Steph doesn't need the ball to score. How about that? The fact that Steph will run them off screens and pass and relocate. And, Steph got some things too now.
All three of them don't stop. Poole, Clay, and Steph. They just continue. Man, I think you playing the Draymond Green position in that offense would just be in so absolute heaven.
Right. Except for I can hit jump shots. But other than that.
But I like it, man. I think it's good. I think Marcus Smart is going to be one of the cons in this particular series because he has had so much confidence right now with shooting the three ball. You know what I mean? I think he's gotten to a point where he thinks that he can actually shoot the three ball, and he's going to start taking shots that it shouldn't be taking, trying to keep up with the three-point arsenal that is going to come at them with Steph, Clay, Wiggins, and Poole.
How about this, though? How about through the series, you would think that they shot a bunch of threes, and
But they
really they
didn't.
haven't. Their points in the paint is really on the low. Like people don't even talk about how many points in the paint they get because they do. Not only can they shoot threes, but they can score in the paint. And offensive rebounds have definitely played a part in that because that's something else that they've excelled in so far in these playoffs, even with the short lineups that they play.
They do rebound the ball very well, and I like it. I mean, I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be a fun series to watch. You know what I mean? I think you're going to see moments. I think you're going to see individual moments from both sides. Key side note: you know that a Michigan player is going to be crowned the NBA champion, no matter what, at the
Yep,
end of this series.
Stauskas and Poole.
It
We were all
always,
over these playoffs.
hey,
Dallas had them. We were
it
all over
always
these
goes back to
playoffs.
Michigan.
Go blue. We're not even going to talk about the baseball team, hockey team, gymnastics. Like we are killing it this year with conference titles. Feel like we have last year to this year. I feel like we've had like 15 conference Big Ten.
I'm a little upset at the women's softball team. Before I came on the show, they were down in Nebraska in the Big Ten tournament for softball. They were down 3-1 at the top of the eighth. And I was not very happy with their performance. So I'll check in on that after the show. But let's go blue. You know what I'm saying?
Blue. We in a nice age of the bluedom. Like it's
the bluedom.
The bluedom. Yes.
That's great. I love it. Uh-oh. I'm losing myself. There you go. I'm back. So it's down to predictions, bro. All right. So who do you got? How many games? Who's
let's
the
just
MVP?
let's see. So there'll be what? How many games before we're back on next week?
What? There's one Thursday, and then there'll be one Thursday, Friday. So there'll be one Saturday. So we'll be 2 games in because game 3 will be Sunday, right?
Yeah.
No, game 3 will be Monday.
I'm looking at it
game
now.
3 will be Monday. Yeah, Thursday, Saturday, Monday.
No, it's Thursday, Sunday,
Wow.
Wednesday, Friday.
2 days in between?
Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, Monday.
So we'll have 2 games.
So I think Golden State, man, they so fickle though, man. Like I told you, remember the last time we was on, I was telling you that it would go another game because they would go in there and we do. I almost feel like that for the first game. I almost feel like the Celtics will mess around and get game 1. We'll get game 2, but we could easily win both games. But they just so unpredictable on how they're going to show up. You just know for the series they're going to win, in my opinion. But game to game and how it falls out, oh, man. I am going to still go. I'm going to go with my first instinct. So my first instinct is the Celtics win game 1, Golden State win game 2. And I could be totally wrong.
So you're split 1-1.
Yes.
Uncle Mark just went ahead and said Golden State 6.
But which one of those 2 games are the Celtics going to win? That's the question.
Just yeah. So since I'm only allowed to do the first 2 games,
right, it gets a little difficult, don't it?
you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say Golden State.
2-0?
It takes 2-0. I think Golden State takes 2-0.
All right. We got it in the
I'm
books.
I'm gonna write it down because right now we're deuce. I got deuce because the last time we bet, you took the last 2 games, so we even. That's my tennis talk, folks.
Right. No, I know what deuce is, son.
It was for the other people.
Oh.
The others. It's for the others. So, all right. So that's a good timing for us. So there you got it. That's when you have it. The state of basketball. Oh, we got the last thing. The one good thought. Or no. What the hell are we doing? I remember now. The eye of the storm.
The eye of the storm for me. I don't think we talked about it last time. Last time we were on, but definitely condolences for the kids that lost their lives from Texas and elementary school. Like, where are we at? I kind of follow or agree with Steve Kerr's. Like, what are we doing? Like, really, what are we doing? Like, I get it. I know there's no way in the world we'll be able to get rid of all the guns we have here in this country because we are so gun crazed. But I don't know if we need to start better home training. Like, I don't see a lot of people talking about that. Like, let's teach our kids the value of life. Like, it's something like you don't know how hard and all the things that have to happen for life to be here, right? And for it to be taken out without any thoughts of any kind of nothing about it, like it means nothing. Like, we need to get back to that. I don't know if it's through whatever religion or whatever meditation or whatever it is that you follow that helps, compose your moral code. But we need to get back to it, man. How about we just start caring about people, man? Like, let's do that. That's your boy.
ELE. Everybody love everybody.
Well, how about everybody disrespects everybody's right to live?
Yes. Yes. Disrespect my right. Yes.
Disrespect my right to be here.
There you have it. Damn it, the eye of the storm. All right, now we go to the one good thing. What the hell did I got one good thing? The one good thing was my damn brisket. Lord Jesus. Oh, that brisket was so damn good. Storm, since you're so cool, I even had some of that big ass brisket left over already pre-sliced. I could put it in a little plastic sandwich bag and write your name on it, bro. I got you. Brisket's for you, son. That is the one good thing.
Much love, son. Much love.
All right, everybody, there you have it. The state of basketball. It's been love episode. What is it? Episode 55. Episode double nickel. That's what it is. So we're getting you ready for the conference finals. So we'll see you on Sunday. I'm pretty sure we'll see you on Sunday for the recap. Or nope, we can't do Sunday. We have to go Tuesday because we're doing 2 games. Right. So there you have it. So check out all of our shows.
What's coming up next?
What's coming up next is Super Kicking It with Steven at 6 o'clock. He's going to roll right in as soon as we hop off. He's going to catch you up with the latest wrestling news. I know there's a couple pay-per-views coming up. It's going to keep you caught up. So all the other shows you want to check us out, hit us up on the website, www.bwsports.com. You can check us out on all social media platforms, YouTube, everything, Apple Music, SoundCloud, all this stuff. Check us out. So for BW Sports 1, the state of basketball, Big Storm, the one, we out. We'll holler.
Woo!
Yes.